Hello everyone, welcome to another edition of Where the 99 Lead. I'm Andrew Joyce, your host, and today's edition of Where the 99 Lead, we'll talk about students at the University of Pikeville and most importantly, their success and how they get there. Special guest in studio, we'll talk with Ambria Ray, Director of Student Success at the University of Pikeville, and you'll meet another UPike student as well. Where the 99 Leads, it's a program brought to you by the University of Pikeville, talking about those historic 99 steps. Those 99 steps that lead to campus, but more importantly, lead from campus back into the community and into the world. Ambria Ray, Director of Student Success, our guest, and not your first rodeo. You've been here before.
I enjoy talking to you all the time, Andrew.
Welcome back. Glad to have you here.
Thanks.
We'll find out what's going on with student success and your preparations for the upcoming year as well.
Yes.
Also, a UPike student, Chandra Hunley, joins us in studio. Chandra, welcome in. Before we go any further, let's talk about your background, where you come from and what your academic major is, maybe what your future plans are.
I'm from Agawfen County. Actually went to school in Martin, in Floyd County at the Pierre School. My major is accounting and business management. I would love, honestly, to hopefully come back to Pikeville and work for the University of Pikeville.
How about that? A lot do land at the University of Pikeville and then maybe immediately, maybe a little later on, find a career at the University of Pikeville. And there are a lot of alums that spend time on campus, 8 hours a day, 40-hour weeks and beyond. Ambria Ray, your background, talk about your background, a little about you before we get started.
My background, I've been at UPike for a while.
Yes.
This is my 10th year, actually. I'm happy to be here. I'm from the area. I graduated from Shelby Valley High School.
Sure.
Bounced around a few times before I finished my degree at UPike. I have a master's degree in English as well, and I started out teaching at Pikeville College, writing, and then worked in the tutoring lab and then student success.
Very good. And it's all about student success. That's the focus of administration, the faculty, everyone at the University of Pikeville focused on the success of the students there. And it becomes family. You're a big part of that. Your office, a big part of that as well. Ambria, tell us about the Office of Student Success. If someone's tuned in and they have no idea what that office is and does, give us a brief description.
Okay, the Center for Student Success exists simply to help. We are student advocates. We act as a liaison between students and the rest of the campus. We tell students, if you have a question and you don't know who to ask or where to go, you can come to us and we'll get you to the right person. If we don't know the answer, we'll find it or help you find the answer.
Sure, and that doesn't have to be a major life question.
Right.
It can be something very simple.
Very simple. There's a lot to learn transitioning to college, whether you're fresh out of high school or the community college, or you've sat out of school for a while.
Sure.
And sometimes small questions can be very scary.
Oh yeah.
So we try to help with anything. We also do all of the academic advising for all first-year students at UPike, whether they're first-year freshmen or transferring to the university.
The purpose of the Student Success Office to help. Take that a step further.
Well, we are all concerned about students being successful, and that is different for everyone, and we try to approach it individually. We are a family at UPike and we care about each individual person. So we try to provide needs. We try to talk to the students and find out what they need to be successful and then help them develop a plan to get there.
What are some of those needs? What do you run into?
Oh, if you can think of it, it exists. Some students just learning study skills, learning how to study.
Sure.
We find that they didn't really learn those skills in high school for a variety of reasons. Either they didn't need to,
Right.
or I don't know. But learning how to study, and then sometimes it's basic communication skills. Now we're a texting society and social media.
Sure.
Sometimes we help students literally compose emails to the professors so that they sound intelligent and professional, because they've never had to do that before. Right. So we get students to talk to us about what's going on in their world. We tell them if we don't know about a problem existing, we can't help you with it.
Yes.
But we're not there just for problems either. We're there to help them celebrate successes. We like to get to know the students on a personal basis so that when they do have an issue or want to celebrate something in their lives, they know they can come to us and we'll be there for them.
It's not just about in the classroom
Exactly.
either.
Exactly.
Because life happens, and there are successes and there are life challenges. Students are away from home, many for the first time.
Right.
And you help with those things as well. We'll talk more about that as the show goes. Let's talk about the rest of the office. The Office of Student Success. Who makes up the office?
Okay, we have 4 student success advisors. One of those serves also as the assistant director, and that's Matthew Crisp. We have Megan Childress, Sarah French, and Eric Mobley. And then we also have a student success counselor, Mandy Stacy. She's been with me the longest.
Right.
And an office manager, Jessica Harris.
Yes.
We have an awesome team. And then to add to that team, we employ about 10 students through the Federal Work Study Program.
Sure.
Chandra is one of those students that works in our office as
Very
well.
good. Sounds like you have a fun team.
We do. We have a good
How
time.
do you keep that bunch controlled?
Controlled chaos, right?
I think so.
Everybody on our team is there for the same reason.
Yeah.
We all bring different strengths, different personalities,
Sure.
but the core of it is that we care and really want to see students succeed and have a heart for UPike students in particular.
Indeed. We're talking student success at the University of Pikeville on this edition of Where the 99 Leads, and we're joined by a UPike student. Always glad to get the perspective of a student on the show as well. And Chandra Hundley, we want to talk with you. First of all, from Magoffin County, you attended Pierrest High School, and you made a decision to attend the University of Pikeville. Tell us what led you to the university.
Graduating, I had, a couple options for sure, but UPike was more, it felt like home. I toured, I came to the Growl, or SOAR, it was SOAR then, we're Growl now, but
Sure.
Came and did that, and the moment I walked in, there was no question that this had to be where I would go.
Yeah.
It was home from the day one,
Very
and
good.
I would absolutely, so glad I made that decision.
Of course, many students, they want to leave home, go far away. Big school, small school, got to get away from home.
Right.
University of Pikeville can be home for many students from Eastern Kentucky because I think it takes on the same feel that students are used to and are drawn to that. It certainly worked for you. Year 1 complete, you call it a success.
Absolutely.
Tell us what the first year was like.
It was everything I expected and more. It was like leaving home, but still not having to adjust as much or like have to make all kinds of new transitions for me because it was close to home. It felt like home. It just was easier than it.
What was the toughest adjustment for you as a college freshman as opposed to a high school senior?
Probably, where I went to private school, I was used to time management. I had the study skills I needed. It wasn't anything like that I struggled with. It was just making decisions, not having someone there to be like, this is what you have to do, this is what you need to do. Just kind of being more or less independent on my own and having more control than I was used to.
How tough is that at your age?
It gets tough, but student success is there for that. It's not just helping you study or helping you pass a class. They're there if I'm just like, I don't know what to wear to this interview.
Sure.
I could be like, hey, Ambria, what should I wear? And she's always there with the right answer.
Yeah, just a little reaffirmation, confirmation.
Yeah, that's definitely what I would
Did
do.
great, you're going the right direction. Stuff that we used to get at home, and now you've got a little home away from home.
Exactly.
Chandra Hundley, our guest, a UPike rising sophomore. You'll be a sophomore in the fall, and your major business, and it's a popular major on the University of Pikeville campus. You mentioned SOAR, you mentioned Growl, and those are summer orientation programs for incoming students at the University of Pikeville, for those of you that are tuned in. As you were coming to the University of Pikeville, year 1, you will be an incoming freshman. Think back. Let's take you back a year.
Okay.
What were your expectations of year 1, and how were they similar? How were they different than what you expected now that that's complete?
I expected to struggle, honestly, just because I'd been in such a small class. I graduated with 16.
Sure.
So anything, that was going to be bigger than that was going to be a huge shock to me. And I expected to struggle, socially, where I was used to spending every day with the same 15, 16 people. But I made the transition, it wasn't a struggle at all. What's Up Wednesday, I would come, meet new students. I've made incredible friends just by coming and seeing everybody and, getting to know, oh, well, they're a business major too. Maybe we can take a class together next semester, study, that sort of thing. But yeah, it wasn't rough. It wasn't hard. It was
Obviously, your high school helped prepare you
They
with
did.
the skills that you needed with those things, and not just your school, but your home environment helps you prepare for that as well. How about the Office of Student Success? You've mentioned them a couple times, encounters with them during year one.
Right. I don't think my first year at UPike would have been half without student success. There's no doubt in my mind that they keep me sane. They keep me grounded.
Ambria, the Student Success team helps students make that transition from high school to college, maybe transfer students that are going back to school, that transition as well. How do you and the other faculty and the other members of your office help students during that first year?
A variety of ways. Chandra mentioned something she didn't struggle with was study skills and time management,
Sure.
but that is something we spend a lot of time with other students. And like I said, all of them are individuals. I can give you an example of Chandra. One of the things that we help her with, in my mind, is we try to challenge her to be more involved and to take leadership roles. When you see skills in students that they could use to benefit the rest of the campus, we try to help her cultivate those skills.
Sure.
Other first year students, just encouraging them to be engaged with campus and be involved. That's just as important as the classroom, is getting involved with something that you're passionate about and connecting to the campus and finding a connection, because that's what's going to keep you coming back when you have bad days or when you don't do as well on a test as you thought you were going to do.
Sure. A lot of students maybe that cruised through high school that maybe, while challenged, weren't overly challenged in high school, blew through, didn't have to study as hard as maybe they are now.
Right.
And they get that first average test score. They didn't just blow it out of the water. And
It's the end of the world.
It can
I mean,
be.
it seriously is. We have gone through boxes of tissues and chocolate and a lot of time of crying and being really reassuring and saying it's okay.
Sure.
That's one of the things that we talk to them about at Growl. We talk to both students and parents. And then as they're coming through the first year is expectations. Especially when you're an excellent student and used to getting A's and maybe not having to study so much. You would expect that to be the same coming into college, and a lot of our students find out that they need to expend a little more effort than they're used to, and it is a big wake-up call. And we're there also to tell them it's okay, that sometimes it's okay that you got a C or that you've got a high B.
Right.
It's not the end of the world. You have time to make it up, and just helping them learn the difference in grading, and that you don't get a grade for this class until the end of the semester. All of those things factor in. It's a learning lessons every single day.
Absolutely. And something Chandra mentioned, and you've talked about as well, class size. Students that have come from smaller schools, maybe it's a little intimidating to go into a larger college classroom on a larger college campus where they don't know every face and know who their brothers and sisters are, and it's an uncomfortable environment. How tough is it for students from smaller schools to make the transition?
I don't hear a lot of complaints about that, but there are some. And one of the things that we are very conscientious about on the academic side of things, with the first year studies course, that's a class that's required of all first year students coming in. That class size remains small. There are no more than 19 students in there at most, so that you do maintain that small classroom feel. I think we spend a lot of time thinking about providing a small classroom and selling that point for people coming from bigger areas,
Sure.
that you're going to get more one-on-one attention. And sometimes we don't think about students like Chandra who come from even smaller areas,
Right.
and this seems really huge to them. I think in the beginning there may be a little bit of a shock, but it's well received.
Sure.
And everybody is so welcoming, and we have that family atmosphere that it goes away pretty quickly, I think.
Of course, we talk about student success, we talk about learning habits. Chandra, time management can be challenging for some. You say you had good study habits when you got here. You had been taught that, you had been prepared for that. But time management can be a challenge for us all. At no matter what stage in life, there are times when our time management skills go awry. It's especially challenging for student athletes. How did you learn to manage your time?
One help, I think personally, is when you do that first year studies class, they give you a planner, and you just learn to start making time and writing things down. Practice at 6:30. Time to shower, get ready for class at 9, go to class, plan your lunch. You just learn to plan. And then when something arises that you hadn't planned, you just kind of learn to deal with it. And if you need help, student success are there to, okay, well, maybe you should study less, or not really study less, but spend less time on one subject to go to another, prioritize. You have a test on Thursday in this class, but your test in your other class isn't until Tuesday. Kind of make sense of it all.
How tough is it being away from home, where maybe your schedule to some degree has been taken care of for you,
Right.
and now you're responsible for that?
That's for sure something I struggled with. At Pierce, I didn't even get to pick classes. My schedule was set every single year. I took classes there. And then I get here and I'm like, I don't really know which classes to take. But student success, of course, plays a huge play in that. And even like when you transition to your major advisor, I still come back to student success and I'm like, hey, what do you think about this class? Or should I wait and take it next spring, or do that in the fall?
Sure.
So they're there for that as well.
Absolutely. You're tuned to Where the 99 Lead, a program brought to you by the University of Pikeville. And today we talk student success. Every program we talk student success. That is the goal of everyone involved at the University of Pikeville, student success and going on to change our world. Amber Ray, Director of Student Success at the University of Pikeville, our guest, along with Chandra Hundley, a University of Pikeville rising sophomore. Amber, behind their time in the classroom, what are some of the things that help students be successful in college?
Being involved, getting engaged, with clubs and organizations on campus. There are so many ways for you to develop your passion. One of the things, actually, this is one of the reasons I wanted to bring Chandra, is because she is involved in so many things.
Sure.
We just started running a lot recently, and at UPike, if you have a passion for a certain subject, no matter what it is, there's an opportunity for you to create a club.
Sure.
So we have a UPike Run Club now, and Chandra is the president of
Very
that.
good.
So again, we talk about leadership skills, ways to be involved outside of the classroom. That's huge in terms of their success.
Sure. Other students, even if their shared interest is running, perhaps will share a class at some time or a professor at some time. What type of exams can I expect from this? I would imagine those things are talked about besides just running with the Run Club. Both of you have talked about the first year studies class, a requirement for all first year students. Give us some of the things that are talked about during that class. We mentioned a planner. Talk about some other things that are taught, some subjects that will be discussed in that class.
They touch on a variety of subjects. We go over the history of UPike, the campus,
Important.
campus resources, learning where tutoring is, talking through help at the library, student success,
Sure.
the ACE program. All of the different services on campus that are provided are gone over in that course. We talk about study skills and time management,
Sure.
health related, how to be healthy, whether that's mental health or physical health.
Right. We're talking student success at the University of Pikeville on this edition. Chandra, what's been your biggest takeaway from the Office of Student Success?
That they go above and beyond their jobs. they don't just work 8 to 5 or whatever their hours are. They stay after work, and they give 110% every single day of that they're there. There's no doubt.
Hearing the roll call of those in the Office of Student Success, I have no doubt that is a group that goes above and beyond. And a lot of times a group will take on an impression of their leader, Ambria Ray, the Director of Student Success, certainly above and beyond, and cares about students. You can see it in you. You can see it in students' interaction with you in your office, that many times I've seen many of those in your office interacting with students, and there's a great appreciation there. Ambria, you've come up with some creative ways to help students navigate college life. What's Up Wednesdays, we've talked about it. I still am waiting for that first opportunity that I can get there, but they're crazy popular on campus. Tell us what is What's Up Wednesday, and there are ways the community can get involved. Tell us how.
Absolutely. And you are welcome anytime to What's Up Wednesday.
I know I've been invited. It's my fault, but I will get there this year.
What's Up Wednesday started as a way to combat homesickness, to be honest.
Sure.
It's grown into way more than that. But homesickness is real, whether you're a student from Pikeville or Floyd County or Magoffin County or California
Sure.
or Japan.
Right.
If you're not home with your things and your family and your home cooked food, there are things that you miss, and you can be down sometimes.
Sure.
So we saw a need that we wanted to help students with, and we started providing home cooked food on Wednesday night at 8:30, completely free,
Yep.
no strings attached. Come out and eat with us. Is a way for us to show students that we care. It's one thing to say it, it's another thing to show it.
Yeah.
So we show them that we care and invite them to come in and talk with us. Let us know what's going on in your world. Is there anything we can do to help? Is there anything that we can celebrate? And get some free food while you're at it. We encourage students to come whether they feel like it or not. If you don't want to talk, that's fine. You can make a plate and leave. When we first started What's Up Wednesday, it was very small. Only about 30 or 40 students
Right.
came out. And now we average at least 100, 150 every week. And we
Every
do
week.
this. You know, there's 16 weeks in a semester, and
Yeah.
some of those weeks students are gone for break and different things. So we usually do 11 or 12 What's Up Wednesdays in a semester.
College is a long time ago for me, but I can tell you, free food will get a college student's attention.
Absolutely, that and a free t-shirt. We're always looking for sponsors for What's Up Wednesday for
Sure.
t-shirts and food. We do like to provide home cooked food. We have local groups, churches, and different civic groups who will sponsor and either cook the food themselves or provide money for that. And then we also have people that businesses will cater and donate that to the students,
Sure.
and we advertise for them. You know, we'll throw names out there
Right.
gladly because you're providing a service
Sure.
for our students.
And of course, What's Up Wednesday open to all students at the University of Pikeville.
Absolutely.
As you said, they're free to come and eat and go because there's an incredible cafeteria on campus.
Absolutely.
U Pike cafeteria, it's awesome. But I got to tell you, you get a home cooked meal versus the best restaurant in town, that home cooked meal is going to taste a little different.
It's good food, but it is also creating an environment. Like Chandra said, she's met people and decided to take classes together.
Sure.
They study together. We have overheard students in line waiting to get their food talking about a test they have coming up in a couple of days, and
Sure.
then there'll be a student 3 people back say, oh, I had that class last semester, I have my notes, would you like to borrow them? And you've got a whole new relationship formed there. So we're all about making connections.
Sure.
Connections, solutions, success.
Indeed. Chandra, what advice would you give students preparing for their first year?
To make use of student success, absolutely. They're there to help you. It's not like a selling point of the university. You know, you come in and you think, oh, well, they're just doing this because we're here for Growl. That's not true at all. Everyone is as welcoming, and everyone is a family, just like you see when you come. It's like that every day. It's not just there for you that one day. It'll be there for your 4 years here at the university.
Were you surprised by that?
Absolutely. I mean, when I came in as a freshman, I was like, oh, well, they're welcoming, but they're just trying to get me here. They're just trying
Sure.
to sell me. And it hasn't been different a single day. since I've been at the university.
I hear that from so many students that it truly, they sell the family atmosphere and the campus being a family, but I've seen it as well, and it's something I hear quite often from students that are just arriving or have been here for 4 years, or they've been here for 4 years, picked up a master's degree, have worked there for 20 years. Those longtime employees that began walking the 99 to class at the University of Pikeville. Ambria, new students and parents have spent time on campus this summer with the GROW orientation sessions, formerly known as SOAR sessions. It's tough for me to get used to, but I got to tell you, I love a good growl.
Absolutely.
And that's what the Bears are all about. What do you tell parents about student success at the growl sessions?
We want to make sure that they know what resources are available. It's comforting for parents to know what's available to their student, whether it's tutoring or Walmart Wednesday, where we provide transportation to Walmart on Wednesday evenings as well, especially if your son or daughter is coming to school with no car the first semester or first year. So we let them know what resources are available for the students, but also what resources are available for them. There's some paperwork that needs to be filled out with the FERPA form to give permission, consent for release of records, basically. But if a student has that form on file, we let parents know that they can call us too. We get calls a lot of times from parents who are not used to son being away from home and haven't talked to him in a couple of days, and just want, mom just wants to know that he's okay. Well, I can go and walk over and look out the window and say, yeah, Mom, I see him on the bridge and he looks like he's having a good time, and that's comforting. We try to comfort the parents as well, because it's a transition for them too. So anything that we can do to provide information, provide contact, provide a name with a face, to help them with the transition as well.
And of course, homesick does happen, and it's very real. It's not something to be taken lightly, and I know you and your office have ways to combat that. It's a constant issue for those that are away from home, nearby and far away as well. Chandra, you'll begin your second year this fall. How do you feel now compared to this time last summer when you were preparing for your freshman year?
As a freshman, I was excited, of course, to get to college and get that freedom and just have a change. But I mean, at the same time, you're kind of scared because it's a transition. It's something different. You're not used to it. But going into my sophomore year, I'm more than excited to get home. This is my home, I feel like now. And this is what I'm used to, and I just want to get back.
And you seem to have a certain confidence heading into your sophomore year as well. UPike will do that to you. Ambria Ray, Director of Student Success, if someone's interested in participating as a sponsor or would like to help out, would like to just hang out with some college students, maybe take care of the home cooked meals on What's Up Wednesday and become involved, how can they do that?
There's a variety of ways, whatever you're comfortable with. You can always email studentsuccess@upike.edu. My number is 606-218-5626. Or we have a strong social media presence. If you're on Twitter or Instagram or Facebook, Student Success has profiles on all of those social media sites. You can send us a direct message on there. I would encourage everybody to follow us on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook, and see, we post a lot of pictures of what's going on campus. And they're fun most of the time. So we would encourage people to follow us on social media and send messages that way.
Very good. Ambria Ray, Director of Student Success at the University of Pikeville, thanks for being with us again.
Thanks for having us.
And of course, Chandra Hundley, rising UPike sophomore, our guest as well. Welcome to the show. We want to have you back before you graduate, young lady.
I hope to be back.
Chandra Hundley, Ambria Ray, our guest on this edition of Where the 99 Leads. It's a program brought to you by the University of Pikeville, the leading university of Central Appalachia. Thanks for tuning in.